Hi, people of God. I hope you're all doing well, being encouraged so far. I just want to share this quick word with you. um, I've preached this message before on the time of mourning is over, but recently, just in different conversations I've had with different people, I felt the Lord is leading me to come back and share more on it, and even, which is something I'm going to do soon, start doing a teaching on mourning and grieving because, and this is something that I've come to learn over this past year of 2025 coming into 2026. Many times we mourn or we grieve over people that have passed, but you can still mourn or grieve over situations and even over people who are still living. Um, a loss of a job, a loss of um, a breakup, a divorce, a separation, challenges within a marriage, challenges with children, um, strained relationships between family members or friends. We can still grieve and still mourn. So here are some things. Again, I'll come back later and really dive into this. But here are some things that I feel will help you and I navigate these times of mourning and grieving situations and even people. One thing you have to ask yourself is, have I fully grieved or have I fully processed exactly what happened in this situation? So if it's a loss of a job, have I fully processed what happened over this loss of a job? If it is a difficult relationship, so ask yourself, have I fully grieved or have I fully processed the relationship between me and my mom or my aunt or my dad or uncle, whoever? So that's one thing. And the other thing, and this is something that you definitely have to pray into and ask God to help you with, is fully being able to release and let go of the grief. Because, and again, this is just something that the Lord's been helping me with coming into this year. God knows everything. Sometimes for us in our minds, we can't wrap our minds around it, our hearts around it, because our thoughts and ways are not God's thoughts or ways. God knows the end from the beginning. And sometimes that may sound easier said than done, but it's a reality. God knows the plans, the purposes, and even the process that He has for you and I. Sometimes we may not understand the loss of the job. We may not understand why certain things are going on. There are certain things going on right now, just even among my family and my son, that I don't fully understand. I don't fully process. But I know that as I continue to trust God and seek God and depend upon God and yield myself and surrender my all to Him, that He will help me and He will continue to lead me and guide me and along the way. So take the time to examine if you've fully processed the grief, whatever that is. If you haven't, ask God to help you process it, deal with it, do whatever you need to do to release it and let it go, because sometimes we don't understand that grief is hindering us. It's straining us from fully doing what God wants us to do. So that's why when God deals with Samuel, He says, "How long will ye mourn over Saul, seeing that I have rejected him?" He's asking him a question. In other words, and this is how I teach this and position this, God was trying to tell Samuel, even though you're mourning and you're grieving over Saul, I still have a purpose, and a plan for you. So even though you and I are still grieving or still mourning over some things that we don't fully understand, we fully have not dealt with, that does not mean that God still does not have a purpose and a plan and an assignment for you and I to complete and fulfill. So I pray this blesses you. Again, I'll come back and share some more with you all soon. I'll dive a little bit more deeper. God bless you. See you all Sunday morning. Be encouraged.